You're watching The Sports Objective, the podcast for Pirates.
Yeah. My heart is purple and gold. I'm a pirate down of my soul, and I don't back down, not at all. Find out when the cannons explode. From the sidelines down to the post, put it down like not even close. All out to the last whistle blow. For the flag with the soul and crossbones. Everybody stand up, get your hands up. Let a team know that we got they back. This is our house, this is our town, our time. Break a 1-9 copy.
How about those friggin' Pirates?
Pirate fans, welcome into the show today. I'm really excited. We have two very special guests today. Women's soccer coach at ECU, Coach Gary Higgins, and also junior defender Abby Sowa. Really excited to have you both on the show today. Really appreciate that. I was joking around that, we give so much love to football and basketball. It's time to give some love to women's soccer, right, Coach?
Yes, definitely. We appreciate that, and we want to get our name out there, and we want Pirate Nation to come out and support us on the pitch.
Absolutely. Well, we're happy to do that. And Abby, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing great. Thanks so much for joining the show. And so just to kind of fill the women's soccer fans in on a little bit of the background here, the exhibition season started last week. The team was able to beat Elon 2-1 in the first exhibition. Another exhibition match on Saturday against UNC. And then, Coach, only 1 week away from the season opener at Florida against the Gators. This game's going to be on the SEC network. How excited are you, Coach, to get things started?
Oh, just we can't wait. We can't wait to get down to Florida for our first regular season game. It's been a long time since we played our last competitive match back in late October, early November against Memphis in the conference tournament. So it's a long time to wait, and we're really raring to go. But these exhibition games that you mentioned, so obviously we played Elon on Monday last week, and it's just good to get minutes against someone else, because we're playing these inter-squad games in practice where we're kind of beating up on each other. It's always nice to get someone on the other end of that to really test you. So I was pleased with the performance, and we got to play everyone on the squad in that game and came from behind and won it. And then different type of test tomorrow against UNC Chapel Hill. Obviously, they're the best of the best and have been for a long time. So again, that's great preparation for us moving forward, because we got some really tough games on our schedule.
No doubt. I would think there's no better way to prepare against against a team like UNC, right? Who obviously has been at the top of their game for a long time. Abby, I know how much work goes into this, how hard you train in the off season, and now here we are, right? It's back to school. It's a new season. How excited are you to kind of get things started here?
Yeah, I'm super excited, especially this past spring. I was injured, so I didn't actually get to play a lot. So it's been a while since I've actually been able to play a real competitive game for ECU. So I'm super excited. The team seems super ready, and I think we're excited to play against some good competition finally.
So, Abby, what kind of injury did you have?
So I actually broke my foot, so I had to get surgery to put a pin in the outside of my foot. But we're all good now.
Okay, so you're feeling good. You're feeling 100%.
Yes, all good.
Don't ask her how she done it, Matt.
Oh my God.
She done it like we try. Sometimes when we're leading up to a game, we try and take our foot off the gas in terms of don't want too much contact in practice, like right before a game, and we're doing a very light technical exercise, and there was no like opposition, and she's ended up breaking her foot. So as you can imagine, we were all frustrated and disappointed, but these things happen in practice, unfortunately.
Yeah, they absolutely do. That's unfortunate, but hey, it's sounds like you're all ready to go, Abby. So that's fantastic. And before we dive too much into the actual season and soccer itself, I wanted to give Pirate Nation a chance to know you both and learn a little bit more about you personally. So, we'll start with you, Coach. I believe you're originally from Scotland. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. So I'm originally from Paisley, Scotland, which is just outside Glasgow, which is the most populated city in Scotland. And I came over here to America in 2005 on a scholarship to play soccer at Lenoir-Rhyne University in North Carolina, and graduated, stayed on as a graduate assistant to get my master's, played a little semi-pro soccer in a couple of different states, and then got my first full-time gig as an assistant coach at Tusculum College on the men's side. We've done quite well there. It's over in Tennessee. And then went to Lenoir-Rhyne, my alma mater, to coach the women's team for 7 years. And again, done quite well there and had some success that we were all very proud of. And then came to ECU last March and been here a year and a half now, and just my family and I are loving it and really proud and happy to be part of Pirate Nation.
Yeah, and what a journey, Coach. I mean, coming all the way from Scotland and wound up at Lenoir-Rhyne, obviously here at ECU. As you head into your second year here, I mean, you have a great track record. You had a lot of success at Lenoir-Rhyne. What are your thoughts on just, now that you've been here for a little bit, just about Greenville? I always tell people it's a special place. The town revolves around East Carolina. So if you're a student athlete or a coach, I would think it's just a fantastic place to be. I mean, what are your thoughts now that you've been here for a little bit on the city of Greenville?
Yeah, exactly what you just said there. My wife and I, our family, so I've got 2 young girls, and we just love being part of college athletics and the environment that creates. And ECU is so special and unique that it's a proper college town, and everyone, you cut them open and they bleed purple and gold, and that's what it's all about. So we want to be involved in those types of environments and atmospheres all the time. And obviously our favourite time of the year is the fall, when we get to play soccer and we're in the heat of battle every single week. But obviously we love to attend football games, baseball, basketball, lacrosse, whatever it may be. We're always cheering on the Pirates and all the sports, and it's just a fun environment to bring the family to as well. And then we love going out to different restaurants and different places in Greenville. Again, you get to bump into people who are just so invested in East Carolina, and we just love being around that type of environment.
Absolutely. That's great to hear. It really is a fantastic place. And, Coach, we talked a little bit about your journey here, and Abby, I'm really curious about your journey. But before we get into that, I wanted to just tell you, Abby, kind of a random story. I was in Georgia a few weeks ago for my son's baseball game, who happened to be on the same team as your brother. And I saw a guy with an ECU shirt on. And like I always do, I started talking, whenever I see that ECU, I start talking to people. And, we were talking, and he mentioned, hey, I have a daughter that goes to ECU and plays soccer. And, so we had a lot in common right off the bat. Really, you have a great family. Your brother's an excellent baseball player. I'm going to try to recruit him to ECU at some point when he gets a little older. But they're very proud of you. So I told them, I said, we're going to have Abby on the show. So welcome in today, Abby. So happy to have you. And tell me a little bit about your journey. I mean, you came to Greenville from Southington, Connecticut, which is a long way from home. Tell me about your recruitment and how you wound up at ECU?
So my recruitment, I honestly had never really heard about East Carolina before they actually reached out to me. And a lot of my contact was through Emily, our assistant coach, because I was recruited by our old coach initially. But as soon as they reached out and wanted me to come visit, I knew this was the place that I wanted to be at. I knew I wanted a big school, lots of students, and then something with a big sports environment. So when you step on athletics and you see the baseball stadium, the football stadium, you see all the stuff that the athletes get, you're like, wow, this is a really cool place compared to some of the other schools that I was looking at. And I also knew that I wanted to get out of the Northeast. I wanted to experience something different. And a lot of the schools that I was looking at were up north, which would have been nice for my parents to be able to go to a lot of my games. But I think this is like the perfect place for me, and I couldn't be more happy, honestly, with my choice to come here.
Well, that's great, and I'm sure it's a big adjustment initially when you're coming from the Northeast, and I can relate to that, Abby, because I was born and raised in New Jersey, and I went to ECU to play football. And my first year, I was kind of a fish out of water. I was a Northeastern kid, and I was trying to adjust to the South. And how was that adjustment for you? Was it pretty seamless, or did it take a little bit of time?
It wasn't too bad. So my roommate actually is also from New Jersey, so both of us are from up north. So I think we both had a little bit of adjusting to do just with the different types of cultures compared to like north to south. Because up north it's a little bit more like hard nosed. Everyone's kind of just go, and everyone down here is super nice, super like laid back. So I think we just had to kind of flip a switch and we're like, okay, everyone is really nice. Everyone sees that you're an athlete, and everyone is just super kind to everyone down here. And I think that was one of the main things that we noticed and that we love about ECU.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's funny when you go back north after being in a place like Greenville and you realize just how friendly people are, right? In the South, it's almost like a different world altogether. But now, Coach, I wanted to ask you, tell me a little bit about Abby. What is it that makes her such a special player? I mean, I know Abby, am I correct in saying you played every minute last year?
Yes, I did.
Of the season, that's pretty. I mean, that shows a lot of durability. That shows a lot of toughness on your part. Coach, tell me a little bit about Abby and what makes her so unique.
Yeah, so obviously her playing every minute kind of speaks volumes for her and how much we appreciate her and respect her as a player. So again, she's a really good soccer player, and you mentioned the word toughness right there, and she's got that in abundance. So. But it's not just that she's gone in and being really aggressive and strong in tackles and things like that. She's also got quality to add on top of that. So she really helped our defensive line last year and really helped us be disciplined defensively. And that's how you build a successful championship team is a really strong defense. And then you start branching out and adding quality from an offensive standpoint. So Abby's a really important piece of that back there, and she also just got appointed team captain last week, so we're really proud of her from that aspect. And again, that shows you that the coaching staff respect her and appreciate her, but also her teammates, which is the most important thing because they're around her every single day. So yeah, she's got 2 more seasons, including this one, that we're really excited to see her continue to grow and develop and be the leader that we know she can be.
That's fantastic, Abby. Congratulations on the team captain. That's a great honor. It really is, and it speaks volumes about what your coaches and teammates think of you. So that's tremendous. So Abby, last year you were American Athletic Conference Defender or Player of the Week, I guess, twice in a row, right? I think it was 2 weeks in a row. You won that honor. What have you been working on this year? What are you going to bring to your game that's maybe a little different to just, I know every year you're trying to, just improve a little bit. What's going to be a little different this year for you?
I think the biggest thing for me is now that I'm an upperclassman, just continuing to be vocal. That's always been one of the things that I struggle with the most. And also now being captain, kind of finding my voice. But we have a back line that is mainly underclassmen. So I think just being that leader for them, that kind of role model, but then also using their skill sets to help me out as well. And just like hopefully getting the ball forward more. I think that's always been our struggle. We're fairly defensively sound. So I think using my ability to like spray the ball long and playing those long balls when I can and behind is going to be a big thing for us this year.
That's great. That's great. And, Coach, give us a little lay of the land. Tell us a little bit about this team, in terms of just, what you have coming back in terms of experience and just so the Pirate fans, can learn a little bit more about your team.
Yeah, so again, we were very good defensively last year and had the 3rd best defensive record in program history and had many shutouts and things like that. So again, that's what we had to do our first year, and I was really proud of the girls and the team for really digging their heels in and being difficult to beat. Now, that was always going to be the first foundation or first layer, if you like. But now we have to branch off and be a little bit more efficient and dangerous in the attacking half of the field. And we've recruited towards that, and we continue to recruit towards that. And then obviously the offensive side of the game is the most difficult, because you're trying to break down some really good defenses and things like that. So it takes time. So now that we've been working together for a year and a half, we're starting to figure some things out on and off the ball from an offensive standpoint, and we're starting to get the ball rolling in the right direction, and hopefully we start scoring some goals, as well as being defensively disciplined, which is always it's a must.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would think, Coach, going from year 1 to year 2, it's just probably the continuity is much more in place for you, and probably just a smoother, I would think, just a smoother off season all around for you
I think
that first year.
Yeah, I think from a staffing standpoint, definitely we're more stable. We know how each other work, and then obviously we do return quite a few players. We graduated 6 people. And again, those were good leaders, and they led in different ways, and they were good players. But again, we did return the bulk of our team. So we've added, we think, some offensive weapons and some good people to our team. And now the bulk of our team have about 2 or 3 years of eligibility left. So now can we really hit the ground and really start driving this program in the right direction, hopefully.
That's fantastic, Coach. And, Abby, what a test for you. The first game of the season, headed down to Gainesville, Florida, into, in football, we call it the swamp, but I'm not sure what we call it in soccer. But how excited are you to, have a chance to open the season against an SEC opponent? Like I said earlier, it's going to be on the SEC network. Florida's a big name brand program. So how excited are you to get things going down there?
Yeah, super excited. I know we faced them last year, and we actually won that game, which was a very good win for us. I think going to them is going to be a good challenge for us, just because a lot of our games are away this year. But I think the team's ready. I think we're all excited to get the season going, and opening up with them is just even better. Just start off on the strong foot, hopefully.
Absolutely. It's a great way to start. And, when you look at ECU programs across the board, I mean, some really, high-profile openers with soccer. Obviously, the men's football team opens the season at Michigan. So some really exciting times for ECU fans here. Abby, tell me a little bit about yourself. What are some things you like to do when you're away from soccer? When you're hanging out with your teammates on your own time, what are some things you guys like to do?
Honestly, being a student athlete, we don't have a ton of downtime, but I think a lot of us, we honestly just like each other's company. We like to just hang out in our apartments, at our houses. We have a whole street full of soccer houses that all of our teammates live in. A few of us are in one of the apartments down the street. So just being each other's company, I think, is the best thing. Like this past summer, we all come early, so we all go to the pool together, and basically just trying to build that camaraderie as a team and just get closer with each other.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And Abby, what's your major? What are you studying in school?
I'm actually a sports studies major, so hopefully leading towards the sports management track, but I honestly have no clue what I want to do yet, if I'm being honest.
Hey, that's all right. You're still young. You have plenty of time to make those decisions, right, Coach?
Yeah.
It's all good. These things tend to work themselves out now. Abby, I wanted to ask you too, did you happen to have a chance to watch the World Cup team? Obviously, it didn't go as we had all, anticipated, but what were your thoughts on the World Cup?
Yeah, I did get a chance to watch it. It was definitely rough for the U.S. team, I would think. But again, I think that bringing in those younger players has definitely helped us. I think we just need to put the right people together and, again, just finish the games when we can.
Hopefully we see you on that team in 5 years or so. What do you think? Maybe you and some of your teammates. You never know, right? You never know. But, Coach, just to kind of go back to you here. So what are your goals for the season here? You're talking to the Pirate fans. And let me actually just take a step back. I really encourage the ECU students to come out and support this team. This is a great group here. And His team's worked very hard in the offseason, so I encourage the students and the fans to come out and support this team, show them some love. But with that said, Coach, what are your goals for the season?
Yeah, so we always talk about controllable goals. So basically showing up every single day and focusing on our relentless work ethic and getting better in everything we do every day. And then usually what I found is goals will take care of themselves. Now, obviously, do we want to be the first team in ECU history to win an American Conference Championship? Yep, definitely. And the divisions have been split for the first time. So now it's an East and a West division in soccer. So we can have a real good go at trying to win the East Division Championship and the American. And then obviously the really important one is the conference champion, the tournament championship, because I always say you get that Willy Wonka golden ticket to go to the NCAA tournament, which I've been lucky enough to play in the NCAA tournament and coach in it, and there's nothing quite like it. It's the pinnacle of our sport, and it's where you want to be, and it's who you want to be competing with. So, yep, those are goals of ours, but we don't post it on a wall and look at it every day, because that will cloud our judgment or maybe allow us to take our eye off the ball. We need to focus on getting better every single day, and be relentless with our work ethic, and we'll have them prepared, and the girls will do the work and develop, and hopefully we are in a good spot to compete for all those things.
That's great. And Coach, I'll give you the floor for a minute. Is there anything you want to say to Pirate fans, Pirate Nation, just in terms of supporting the team this year?
Yeah, so last year in our first game together, we smashed the attendance record, and we had like over 1,300 fans at our opener against Duke. So I would love to get to the 1,500 mark and get 1,500 fans in a game, one of these games this season. We only have 7 home games, so it's really, and listen, a lot of people don't know this, but it does not cost anything to attend our soccer games. It's free admission, so we need to spread the word about that and get as many people in the stadium as possible, because it really, really helps us in those close games to get over the line and get a really important victory. So we want to make Johnson Stadium a fortress, and we want everyone who's coming in here. We want to win every game, but if they're coming in here, they know that they're going to be in a really, really tough game, and obviously the crowd plays a real important part of that. So our next home game, our home opener, is Thursday, the 24th of August against George Mason. So we would love to see so many people out there, and again, only 7 home games, so we want to see that stadium full of purple and gold and really cheering our ladies on, and we appreciate it so much, and it makes a massive difference. So that would be the goal, to try and get 1,500 people at least one of our games, but hopefully all of them.
That's an awesome goal. We'll see if we can help with that, Coach. We're gonna help to promote the program, and I think that's a great goal. And Abby, how important would that be for you as a player to see 1,500 purple and gold supporting you and your team?
I would say that game last year against Duke, it was crazy to see that many people there, especially the ones like lined up on the fence, because there was not enough seats in the stands to hold them all. But it's just infectious, the energy that they put off to us, and I think it's so helpful having a big crowd there. So if we could get as many people as we can, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, no doubt. And we certainly are, looking forward to the season, and really hoping for big things, for your program, Coach, and your team, and Abby, you obviously personally, I hope you have a tremendous year and can remain healthy. Really appreciate both of you taking the time. I know this is a busy time of year. We really appreciate you coming on the show and taking 25 minutes here. And want to just tell the fans that, you can support this show, The Sports Objective, on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, really wherever podcasts can be found. So we appreciate the fans supporting the show. We hope that you will subscribe to the YouTube channel to help support us. And Really appreciate that support. And once again, Coach and Abby, thank you so much for the time. Good luck this year and have a great day.
Awesome. And we'll be sure to follow you guys on social media. And if you could return the favor, we'd love that. We like to spread the word about our games and some of the things the girls are doing. We like to do that on social media. And we've also got a new fan section called the Scallywags, which we would love for people to go and follow on Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. So look out for those social media platforms, and we're ready to go, and go Pirates.
Go Pirates. Hey, thanks so much, guys. You have a great day. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Heart is purple and gold. I'm a pirate down to my soul, and I don't back down, not at all. Find out when the cannons explode, from the sidelines down to the post. Put it down like not even close. All out to the last whistle blow. From the flag of the soul and crossbones. Everybody stand up, get your hands up. Now the team knows that we got they back. This is our house, this is our town, Remember 19 copy that. Everybody in the stands go bananas. Scream loud, baby, don't hold back. Every foot, every yard, every first down, every touchdown with the cannons blast. Get it on, get it all, get the wave going like a hurricane, y'all make a splash.